I've been using action camera for the past 10 years and I have a quite clear pattern of two brands that I always go for. And this brings me to 2024 with one question. Which flagship action camera between the Insta360 Ace Pro and the GoPro Hero 12 will become my go-to for the upcoming season? In this video, I will take both cameras into different testing fields, such as the velodrome, a pump track, road cycling, and fat biking at night. I will present all the useful information and the raw footage of both cameras so you can make a choice on which one's the best for you. But let's quickly start with comparing each camera advantage against the other. The Hero 12 is slightly smaller and lighter, more affordable. It has 10-bit GP log and LUT support for more post-production flexibility, timecode sync for multiple cameras workflow, and a few more perks with the yearly paid subscription. On the other end, the Ace Pro has a big flip screen, an higher max photo and video resolution, a bigger sensor, longer runtime, and more AI features, a GPS preview remote, snap-on magnetic mount, and fast charging. Where the Ace Pro really shine in my opinion is with its software. Both camera has voice control, but the Ace Pro has gesture control, which can come handy. The Ace Pro also directly add data overlay into the footage with either data from the GPS watch, an Apple Watch, or any Garmin device. This is a huge time saver in post-production to get some data on top of the screen. You can literally do it in minutes, while the GoPro takes a long time to do with the GPX file, and then you have to buy this other software, and then you have to sync with the video footage. Well, it's a nightmare. I do not recommend it. Both camera has unique feature that caters to different consumers. I'm quite excited to see which one fits best for my needs as a cyclist. Let's dive into my test footage. I first went to the velodrome to capture onboard footage at high speed. This environment is definitely a challenge for action cameras, as indoor lighting and fast moving object is always a tough scenario. Both camera has been set to fully automatic, no ND filters, and have the same resolution or settings. Next, I tried the slow motion on both cameras at 4K 120 FPS. The Hero 12 has a sharper image, but that's at the cost of the exposure as it's lower. The Ace Pro is a brighter image, but the shutter speed is a bit too slow here, so the subject is slightly blurry. But on this take at the pump track, both slow motion looks pretty similar. It's hard to tell the difference. Moving on to more testing outside on my road bike. We can tell that the Ace Pro completely destroyed the Hero 12 when it comes to dynamic range. We have two great examples here with this bridge and the backlit vlogging. Let's now compare both microphones.
This is a vlogging test right now. We see the sun right behind me. I'm not too sure how the exposure is going to behave on both camera, and now if I turn towards the sun, who has the best camera, who has the best mic, I have no clue. But what I can tell that I prefer right now is the big screen of the Insta360. Moving up like that, I can see myself way better than on the smaller GoPro screen. It's a bit easier to frame. Let's just keep turning around. Who has the best lighting for the face? It's quite interesting.
One important feature for me is how easy it is to take the camera off the bike or off the chest strap. The Hero 12 has the same mount that we all know that hasn't been updated in over a decade. It took about 15 seconds of fidgeting to take it off the chest strap. While the Ace Pro have this newly developed quick release that allows me to take the camera off the mount in less than a second. Now that I was outside, it was another good moment to retest the slow motion at 4K 120 FPS with more light. The colors looks better on the Insta360. The next test was for the microphone at 30 kilometers an hour and see how do they compare.
This is another test at 30 kilometers an hour. We have Andre. And now this is a test with the GoPro at 30 kilometers an hour. How's the audio? How's the vlogging? Is that good?
The GoPro do have less wind noise, but you can definitely hear the sound reduction. As the Ace Pro, the voice is more rich, but there's also more wind noise. Not too sure which one do I prefer, but the thing is, I can maybe get both to a same level with post-production, but that takes more time. Then I brought both cameras into this difficult scenario. the Canadian winter. With bright snow all over the ground and a cloudy sky, it's usually difficult for cameras to capture details. Let's see which one does best.
Let's go. Let's go.
Next, I tested the clarity zoom feature on the One R. It's basically taking the 8K camera and then make a crop out of it. And we can see here how the Ace Pro completely destroy the GoPro in terms of color, quality, especially when we're zooming quite far. But then even though here, not zoomed in, it looks the best on the left here. After my ride in my garage, I hopped on my phone and connected to the Insta360 app and into the Ace Pro just to see how easy it is to add some data overlay from the watch or from the camera, everything that it has been captured. So you see here, I'm able to just choose the data that I want, the size of it, how does it look, there's different styles, there's a different feature to make the color better, make the motion blur better, all within the mobile app, all within just a few taps. That was quite easy to do, export, and just put it over on Instagram in a matter of seconds. For the final round of testing, I went to my backyard at night just to do a few loops, only being lit by the house and by the onboard light. Thanks to the Ace Pro Pure Mode video, it's an easy winner here. It's definitely a better quality than the GoPro 12. So here are my final thoughts on both cameras. In great lighting condition, they are quite similar in terms of quality. To an untrained eye, footage can look almost the same. In more challenging condition, I think the Ace Pro is a step ahead because of its bigger sensor and the pure video mode. I definitely prefer the smaller form factor of the GoPro 12, but at the same time, I like the flip screen and the extra battery life of the Ace Pro. I like the more advanced color possibilities of the Hero 12, but I think the Ace Pro offers better colors out of the box without any manual tweaking or retouching. It just looks good straight into my editing software. I don't like the original GoPro mount. It takes a long time to screw in and screw out of the mounts. You just waste time and it's a hassle. That's why I absolutely love the magnetic quick release of the Ace Pro. I don't like to have cameras rolling for a long period of time, draining battery and the memory space. That's why I love the GPS remote to control the camera at a distance with my wrist. The workflow of the Insta360 Ace Pro to add data on top of the footage for speed, distance, mapping is just so much easier. It's a nightmare to do it on the GoPro. Overall, I think the Ace Pro is worth the extra bucks over the Hero 12 because of all of these additional features that just makes my life a lot easier when it comes to making videos. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this though. If you did, please don't forget, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. And my name is Charles and I will see you guys on the road or into the next video.